Good day, beautiful people. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today, I'm going to be talking about the power of positive thinking. So, what is positive thinking? Positive thinking is rising above whatever situation you may find yourself in and thinking positive while in that situation and looking for the good side of that situation. Now, in life, whatever happens in our life always have two parts, the positive part and the negative part. Positive thinking is always looking for the positive side of whatever situation you find yourself in, whether it's good or bad, always looking for the positive side of it. Now, in this ever changing world, we always go through ups and downs. There's never going to be a time in your life where it's always going to be going good. But now, no matter what happens, you can look for the positive side of it, and if you look for the positive side of it, you are going to find it. Now, in this world we live in, the news and social media has wired our brain to always focus on the negative part of our lives. And I'm sure this happens to all of us once in a while. You might wake up in the morning all happy and cheerful because the day before was good for you and everything worked out in your favor. You're happy and the day is going well, and somebody just says one thing negative or something that you didn't expect happened, and all of a sudden you find yourself negative, down, feeling depressed, forgetting that something positive has just happened. And it's not really your fault because that's the way this world has wired our brains to be. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. You can always look for the positive side of life, though it's not going to be easy, but I'm sure the more you try it, the more it's going to be easier because everything in our life has a good part for it, and things don't work against us, it always works in our favor. So, to illustrate this, I have this saying, which is a mantra of mine. No matter what happens in my life, I just tell myself, whatever happens, happens for good. So, I'm going to tell you a short story that illustrates why I say whatever happens, happens for good. So there was this king, and one day he went hunting with his advisor and a few of his guards. While they were hunting, there was an accident, and the king's left toe was cut off. Now, when he got back to his castle, he was furious and angry, and he was thinking that, why has this happened to him? He must be under a curse. And he called his advisor and asked his advisor, why is this happening to me? And his advisor told him, what has happened to you has happened for your good. And the king was like, tell me how this is for my good. The advisor said, I can't tell you right now, but with time you will understand why I said happens for your good. And the king was furious and was like, my advisor is mocking me, put him in prison. While they were taking his advisor to prison, he asked his advisor, do you have any last words? His advisor said, you sending me to prison right now is for my good. And the king was like, my advisor is mad, take him to prison. Fast forward some days after that, the king was going to a neighboring village for a peace treaty. On his way there, they passed through a village. While they were passing through that village, they were ambushed and the king was kidnapped. He was trying to explain to the people that he's a king, and they couldn't understand him because they don't speak the same language with him. They took him to their castle and they were preparing him for a sacrifice. They had kidnapped him because the village was going through some distress times and they needed a stranger for a sacrifice to their gods. While they were preparing him for the sacrifice and preparing everything needed for the sacrifice, the chief priest of the village told everybody to stop, that they can't use this man for a sacrifice. And they asked the chief priest why. The chief priest told the king of the village that this man that you guys have brought for the sacrifice is disabled. He has one toe cut off, and the gods is not going to accept him for his sacrifice. Because the king's toe was cut off, they let him go. When the king went back to his kingdom, and he was thinking, he was like, whoa, my advisor is right. If my toe hadn't been cut off, I would have been sacrificed right now. I'll not be alive anymore. He asked them to bring out his advisor from prison, and when they brought the advisor from prison, he told his advisor thank you for his advice, and he has realized that his toe was cut off for his good. But the king said he has just one more question for the advisor. How is me putting you in prison for your good? Then the advisor laughed and told the king that we go everywhere together. If you hadn't put me in prison, I would have been with you that day you were kidnapped, and definitely as they have let you go because your toe was cut off, they would have used me, the advisor, for sacrifice because I don't have any disabilities. So the advisor told the king, so you see, what has happened to the both of us is for our good. And the king laughed and he was like, whoa, I see why I have chosen you as my advisor, because you are very wise. Now, I hope this short story has illustrated to you why everything that happens for good. And I hope from today you would begin to look for the positive aspects of life. Your task for today is, from this moment onwards, whatever happens in your life, just tell yourself whatever happens, happens for good. Now, I know it's not easy. If you find yourself feeling all down and negative because what have happened, just breathe in for a few seconds and just think about it. This must happen for my good. Even if you can't find why this is happening for your good, don't worry. In time, you'll find it. Just make sure you always stay positive no matter what. Look for the sunny side of life. Stay optimistic. Be an optimist. Speak life and stay positive. I wish you all a prosperous day ahead. I wish you all love and light. Till next time, take care. Bye bye.